So this is my Snap-on tool cart. The reason I have a tool cart is because I don't want to run to my toolbox all the time. Also, I picked up a DeWalt half-inch drive, cordless, 20-volt impact wrench. On top of that, I also picked up this 5-piece set of extra long ratchet wrenches. It helps out a lot when you're pulling out drain plugs. I also picked up the stainless steel rotary wheel rotating wire brushes from Harbor Freight. It's a 5-piece set. When removing rust from tight little corners, it's very versatile. 8-piece removal set that helps me remove the trim without damaging any of it. A 19.5 and an 18.5 to remove swollen lug nuts, and this T30, which is very specific for skid plates. So none of these tools are going to make your life easier or make your job go faster if they're not organized. What you just saw is literally my first, second, and third drawer, and it's just a pile of shit. So for the last month and a half, I've been organizing it and turning all this crap, all of this mess right here, into what you're about to see. After a few weeks of trial and error, I finally realized that I can use the actual lid to put magnets and put my brake gauges up, put a couple needle nose pliers and the entire extended ratchet wrench set that I bought, some magnetic trays, and I was able to fit all of my half-inch sockets, especially my 19 mil, which I need to for most lugs, and the 21 mil. And for some of these Fords, I get the half-inch ones, the 19.5, the 18.5, and the 21.5, and the 21 millimeter. So I keep a couple of the plastic trim piece removals, the most common used ones, and this one comes in handy for those plastic rivets that you would pop off. It has a really nice angle, and it's from Snap-on. Comes in 3. The first thing that I always usually go for when I open up my first drawer is my tire tread gauge. I also have one in my shirt, but just in case I don't have it at that time, I usually open my toolbox to check them out. The second thing would be the paint marker and the valve stem remover, because I do tires a lot. With torquing any lugs, I have my 100 foot-pound torque, and also if it's different, I have a 150 foot-pound torque stick, my 1/4 inch drive, 3/8 drive, and a 3/8 drive with a swivel head, and a little bit longer than the other one to give me more leverage, 1/2 inch drive, wrench, blower, and a bunch of different magnetic sticks. You lose a lot of bolts. This one you can gauge the actual brakes without removing the tires, a ton of pens, markers, there's a ton of paperwork you have to always have. This is my 1/2 inch drive, my 3/8 drive, the T25, and one of the most important, the T30. They all go into my cordless DeWalt 1/4 impact driver. This is just a special tool for some lugs on the Mustang. Battery terminal cleaner for the female and male end to pull out corrosion. 3-pound slugger that I use for beating off basically anything. Also the smaller one, some chisels, and moving on to the next drawer, have all the wrenches that I need there in one small carrying container. Pliers. I have these brake hooks that I got from Matco for the actual caliper so they won't break the lines. The third drawer is just this brake. It pushes on the brake, so I know that like the brake lights in the back work. I pull all that out, just put the batteries in there, put all my cordless stuff in, and so far, as soon as I'm done or I'm using it, I have a little additional stand that I put on for the side, which carries all my DeWalts, and it's really handy because I know what I'm using or what's out or what I've been using for the day. If it's not there, it's in my third drawer, and my third drawer is pretty much empty. There's a couple other things that I might pick up later, but for right now, that is how I organize it right now, and I am just kicking ass when it's coming down to small vehicle repairs.